Welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be changing out the glow plugs on a 2013 Audi Q7 TDI. As I was driving one day, the check engine came on, so right now I'm actually using just a Bluetooth scanner. I can use VCDS, but this is just to show that I can just use something simple as like a Bluetooth scanner to check what the engine code is, because I'm not doing anything special necessarily that's coding. All I want to know is what the code was reading out. So for me, it's cylinder 3, that's bad, and this is the code it gave me. So this tells me that cylinder 3, the glow plug is pretty much is already faulty. So I went ahead and purchased all the other glow plugs, because if one's going out, then more than likely the remaining will also soon follow. These are all the parts that I'm going to be using. So there'll be just 5 of the regular glow plugs, but you'll need one, because again this is a 6-cylinder, one special one that actually has a pressure sensor added to it. So this one's a little bit more on the pricier end compared to these 5 right here. And again, all the links to these will be down in the description below. Here you can see the difference between the 2 glow plugs, even though the ends pretty much look slightly the same, but this one looks like it's a little bit of a thicker diameter as to this end over here on my left. But you can see here on the one on my right, this is the one with the pressure sensor added to it. And again, it's only just one that I need, and then the regular ones right here, 5 of these. So here's the differences. Real quick, I traveled into the future, so I just want to kind of give a quick explanation. So I did not get these straight from Audi Volkswagen. I got these from FCP Euro, and again the link's down in the description. This is an OE part, not OEM, but OE, and it's OE is pretty much the same thing as OEM. And here, just to show you guys as proof, again this is the new one, you can see it's new, and here I just pulled out a used one, so you can see, hopefully the camera will pick it up, but right here it says come on, let's see if it'll get it. But if you can see, it says Beru Germany. And what does this say right here? Beru. Beru, I'm not sure, I think that's how you pronounce it. But even the new, and here's the new one, it says the same thing right here. Beru. Beru. I'm just gonna stop pronouncing. I'm just gonna say Beru. So it's exactly the same thing for a lot less. This is way cheaper than if you were to buy this like from Audi Volkswagen OEM. So same exact part. The only thing is with this one does not have the Volkswagen Audi logo. This one does, so you're paying the Audi tax slash Volkswagen logo. So that's the big difference. So if you're wondering as to what's the difference between the two, there is no difference besides when they were manufactured, but they're all from the same company right here. Same part, just obviously manufactured at a different time. This was manufactured probably back in 2013. This one's probably recently because it's brand new. That's literally the only difference. And obviously this one's used and this one is new. I went ahead and traveled even further into the future, and I actually wanted to do this test, but I didn't have a voltmeter with me at the time when I still had the new ones out, because I really wanted to do is measure the new ones compared to ones that were still good but old, and one that was faulty. So the one that's faulty is this one. This was one from cylinder 3, and the ones that were still working are on this side right here. So you can see that's reading about 42. Yeah, about 42. Now compare that to it's still old but a functioning one. So you'll see that the resistance is a lot lower, like 0.8, 0.9, and it'll be the same thing with the other ones as 0.9, 0.8, next one 0.8, and now the pressure sensor one 0.7. Yeah, so that's how you can tell when the glow plug is bad, is when the resistance is way higher than these ones, because these were like in the 0.8, 0.9. This one's like at 42. So huge difference. So this is the one that was giving me the error. The locations for the glow plugs, again, this is cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again, this is with the driver's seat on the left side, so pretty much a US based vehicle. For me, this is what it shows on me. So where the glow plugs are located, so right here I have a 1. This here, right here, this is the one with the pressure sensor, where this is going to go. It's going to go in cylinder 2. There's going to be a 3. Then right here I have labeled 4. If the camera can pick it up, this says 5 right here on this yellow, and then 6 is back here. For the demonstration of this video, I'm only going to be showing how to replace glow plug in for cylinder 1, because all the rest are pretty much exactly the same, with a very slight difference with cylinder 2, only because the connection is different than the other remaining 5 glow plugs. So I went ahead and removed all the plugs. Some are actually going to be a lot easier than others, so like cylinders 1 and 2 were a little bit easier. For this one, I did end up removing the bracket that goes right there, just so I have better access to get to this plug right here. So you can see this is the connection for the pressure sensor as compared to your normal glow plug. So all the remaining 5 plugs will look just like this plug. And then on this side, cylinders 4 and 5 were definitely easier to get. 6 was a little bit tricky, but I was able to manage to get there. For cylinder 3, so again, this is the one I have the check engine light on with cylinder 3. This one was a little bit hard to get because there's just so much stuff going on. So what I ended up doing was removing the screw right here just so I can wiggle this harness a little bit out of the way. I removed some like hoses from their clips just so I could have some easy access to right there, and then it finally came off. So the next step, what I'm going to do is, because with time, and again, I think this is the first time these glow plugs have been changed since ownership, and right now I think I'm going to put in the miles here, the exact miles at the time of doing this video. So I'm going to post it right here because I don't remember the miles, but this is the first time I'm pretty sure and confident in saying that the glow plugs are now being changed at this mileage right here. So with that being said, with time and all that, you're gonna get dirt and grime in where the glow plugs are, where they go. See right there in the center of the camera, if it'll focus. And you wanna use like an air hose or a vacuum line to go ahead and blow out all the dust. So that's what I'm gonna do, because I definitely do not want any dirt or leaves or anything going inside inside of that chamber right there. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be removing one at a time. So once I remove cylinder 1, I'm gonna go ahead right away and insert for the new glow plug. And then I'll move on, because I don't wanna remove all of them all at once and then have 6 holes open and free to the elements for anything during that time to install. So my recommendation is remove one glow plug and then right away insert the new one and then move on to the next one. Before I go ahead and remove the first glow plug, even though I just used the air hose, I just want to verify that I got all the dust. If not, I can do a second run afterwards, just because I really want to make sure that nothing gets into that into the cylinder. Once that's all said and done, the 5 glow plugs is going to be a 10 mil socket, so that's what I'll be using, is a 10 mil. And then just the one special case, the pressure sensor one in cylinder 2, that's going to be a 12 mil socket to get that one out. One thing to keep in mind when it's time to go ahead and loosen it, if it's struggling a lot for it to come out, I highly recommend, what I'll be using is some type of lubricant to go ahead and so it can break loose. I forget what's it called. I'm gonna put a little screenshot of what I'm referring to right now as I'm filming this. I cannot think of the name of it right now, but and just kind of leave it overnight. Or what I'm doing actually is I actually let the engine run. So I actually went and ran an errand and came back, and now so the engine's actually at warm now, so that will also help loosen if these are super tight on, if that is your scenario. But for me, I'm just running with the engine while it's still nice and warm, and it should come off easily without any effort. Now, so I have the new glow plug right here, right on standby, because now I'm just gonna double check that it's all clear, if the camera will pick it up. But from where I see it, from my point of view, yes, it's clear from debris. So now I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this up, and then once that's gone, like I said before, go ahead and install that. All right, going in with the 10 mil. Make sure it's off. All right, so there. That's already coming undone. And again, do not use a power drill or any power tool. I highly recommend doing this by hand because I really do not want to shear anything, cross thread anything, and there. So here is cylinder 1. Again, this is not the one that gave me issues. It's cylinder 3, but here you can compare the new one with the old one. So this one's still warm because I did, like as I mentioned, I am running this with the warm engine, so this is no surprise that this is nice and warm. And again, I'm going to put this off to the side real quick and insert the new one. And again, as I said before, all torque down by hand, well, especially in the initial threads, is just to do it by hand. No use any type of electrical tool. Once it goes all the way through, okay, that's as tight as I can go. So the torque spec for this is going to be 12 Newton meters, and I'm going to put a screenshot here of what the instruction manual says. So all right, so I set my torque meter to 12 Newton meters. There, got 12. And again, I installed the glow plug dry. Do not use anti-seize. If you do use anti-seize, you gotta have a lesser of a torque than this value. What that is, I don't know, but it was installed dry from the factory. I'm gonna install it back dry again. So I'm not gonna change anything from how it came out of the factory when it comes to installing the glow plugs. Now I'm just gonna show, even though it's not really any different, but just the process for the pressure sensor one, which is in cylinder 2. And again, this one's gonna be a 12 millimeter socket. All the other ones are 10 millimeters. So I mean, go really slow, and just like that. It should not be a struggle to break these off. And if you have a tool, I'm just using my fingers right here. So here we go. So this is the pressure sensor, and again, here is the new one. It comes with this little cap for protection, so I'm going to leave it on until it's time for me to go ahead and install it. And so I still have that protection cap on, and with the deep socket you can still access it. So just like as before, I'm going to hand thread it all the way until I can do no more. Go ahead, and again, the torque value is still 12 Newton meters, so it's still the same. And there we go, 12 Newton meters. So pretty much this is going to be the process for the same thing for the remaining cylinder 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm not going to film that part, but I will film the process when I go ahead and plug these back in. But these shouldn't be, pretty much self-explanatory. There's no clips or anything like that. They just pop right in. Nothing special. So I want to run a quick update. So for cylinder 6, I had a little issues getting the normal 3/8 10 mil socket, so I ended up going to slightly something smaller, still a 10 mil but for a 1/4 inch, and I was able to easily get it because it has a slightly smaller diameter as the 3/8. That's what I ended up doing. So for any reason, if you guys encounter any of this, go ahead and do what I did. Use a 1/4 inch style 10-inch millimeter socket to get, I don't know what it was exactly. I don't know if it was running up against the valve cover or what, but this was able to fit right over it without any issues. I have all the plugs connected back in, and if you did what I did, where you left just the little plug for the pressure sensor on, just make sure you do remove this before connecting the harness back on. So before I put everything away, even including this, I want to go inside the car and verify to see if the check engine light goes away on its own or if I have to go ahead and clear it. Okay, I'm back in the car. Go ahead, I'm going to give it a couple of seconds and then go ahead and start the car. Let's see if the check engine light, this thing right here, goes away on its own. Okay, so for a hot second, like it turned off and it went back on again. But obviously the car is running, so I went ahead and cleared the code. And now I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the car and see if it shows up again after clearing the code. Just to verify that it was the glow plug and it wasn't something else per se. Alright, so the check engine light just went away, which I should do normally. And again, I guess I'll just kind of like wait and see, continue driving this throughout the day, throughout the weekend, and see if that check engine light comes back on. But highly doubt it, fingers crossed, but we'll see. Now that some time has passed, the check engine light has not come on, so that verifies, that's good, reassuring for me that it was just that glow plug in cylinder 3 and not something wrong with the wiring harness. So I'm gonna go ahead, turn on the car, let the electronics do its thing, and then I'll go ahead and turn on the car. So you can see that check engine light is gone now. And if you remember the mileage, so that is the mileage right now. And then the date, if you remember, I think it was November 1st was when I did the video, and it's November 11th. So 10 days has passed by and I went up this many mileage here from what the odometer reads. So again, had no issues with the glow plug, not giving me any issues, no check engine light. So that's definitely, like I said, reassuring that that was the issue. It was just that, and as I showed you guys in a previous video where I was measuring the glow plugs, how that glow plug for cylinder 3 was reading really high with resistance as compared to the other glow plugs that were still in good condition. They're reading at a lower resistance. That will be the end of the video. I hope you guys learned something new and hope you guys have a good one. Thanks.